TV's on? All right, welcome back to Houston
quiet,
Life. We are a disaster today, but we're so excited because here on the show, we love celebrating Houstonians who are celebrating milestones.
That's right.
And our next guest is certainly celebrating a milestone, a huge one this weekend in
Right.
Houston.
And it's taking place at the Secret Group, which he partly owns, him and a bunch of comedians, because he's a funny guy. And it's recording this weekend. There are going to be 4 opportunities to see Andrew Youngblood. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I'm happy to be here.
How are you feeling about this taping? Because it's going to be on tape.
I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I've been touring all year, but this last like 3 weeks has just been nothing but hell gigs getting ready for it.
What's a hell gig?
Well, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, nobody wants to see comedy. You know, it's not, you can't get people out for those shows.
Because it's too early in the week?
Well, yeah, they got work, they got lives and families. So I was in like Lake Jackson and Lake Charles and College Station and all these nonsense places where nobody goes. And then hopefully they can't see this, but you know, it was hell. I would go there. There's like a guy passed out on the floor, dead. And then I'm trying to make him laugh, and I got to kick him, and you know, it's just nonsense. You gotta deal with all this crazy drunk people. This guy was. Oh yeah, these people they're insane.
Did you make them laugh?
Yeah, it was fun, and so that's a beautiful thing. That's how you get prepared, though, is because I deal with all the nonsense, the BS, right? And now this weekend, it's going to be comedy fans out to see me, support me, to just see a good show, and they're going to be ready to watch a show. They're not going to be these degenerates that are out on Monday and Tuesday night. You know.
Derrick goes out on Monday.
Yeah, hey, listen, I'm with you. Listen, I am one of the degenerates.
You're describing me.
Yes, but
Derrick was the guy on the floor.
That was me. Why were you
I saw you. I saw you.
Now I know. Now I know. Well, the Secret Group, for people who have not been, this is a great venue. It's right at St. Emmanuel and Polk in Edo. Talk to us about this special, because Andrew, getting to this point in your career as a comedian, this is the goal, right? To tape.
Yeah,
special.
I mean, it's my first one. I'm super excited. I've been doing comedy 9 years now. So, and I've been touring all over the world. It's been wonderful. I opened for some of the biggest comics, like T.J. Miller, Mark Norman, Ari Shaffir, a ton of people that, like, I've been to Australia for a month doing shows.
Wow.
You know, so it's great because it's funny because, you know, Monday I did a show for 15 people, but, you know, a month ago I was in Australia, I did a show for 5,000 people.
Wow.
So it's kind of, I get to see the whole spectrum, you know, I get to see what the better half lives like, and then I get to live at my level where all the trash goes to die.
But the thing is, you're doing what you love, right?
Yeah, of course. I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change. You know, I'd rather talk to 15 drunk losers on a Monday than nobody at all. You know, I need someone to listen to me.
Okay. So, given that information, you say you started comedy late. You've always been a comedy fan
I
since
did
you were
start
little.
late. Yeah, yeah.
How so? Because
Oh,
it's never
scared.
too late.
It's terrifying.
Seems
That's
like
the thing. The scariest part about comedy is doing it for the first time. And then once you do it, I did it the first time, and as soon as I did it, I go, well, I guess I'll just do this every day for the next 9 years. Like that's as soon as I did it. But I was terrified as a kid. I loved stand-up. I mean, it was great. Like, I loved watching it. I did it all the time. I loved making jokes with friends. That's all we did, is razz each other, you know. And then finally, you know, what happened is I had some comic friends that I was hanging out with because I was such a comedy fan. I still hadn't gone up. And they were like, you're funny, you should go up. And I go, I don't know about that. And then they got me very drunk one day, and they go, you're up, buddy. And I go up. I had a decent set. Looking back, it was probably dog poop.
Thank you.
See? I'm learning. And then I couldn't stop. I got the bug. I can't do it. I can't think of anything else I'd rather do.
I think that is so cool that one experience totally put your life on a different trajectory.
Yeah, totally.
And you know the saying, truth is stranger than fiction?
Mm-hmm.
Do you find, Andrew, that real life really is what fuels your content and your comedy? You're a dad, you have 2 kids, 14 and 6 years old, is that right?
Yeah, I got a 6-year-old Mexican. He was a diversity hire, but and then I got a 14-year-old wife. I'm not allowed to say that.
You already said it.
Send a hate mail to him, not to us,
Yes,
please.
we'll give you his information.
He's not a diversity hire. I bought him. It's America. We can buy whatever we want, right?
Yeah.
No?
You have to stop saying the things that are funny.
Okay, so I'm not sure what I'm saying.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
He gave me very loose rules. They go, be silly, and I'm like trying.
And you are very silly, and you
yeah.
are fun, and you have an online following. People love your stuff, your clips of your comedy, and like you said, they're going to be out in full force this weekend. So that's got to be exciting. I mean, people Did you have fans in the beginning? How did that work? Was it just like your friends?
I'm so bad at comedy. When you first start, you're bad for the first 5 years at least. I stunk. I look back at old clips of me and I'm like, what the hell was I doing? If I saw me go up now, like back then, if a new comic showed up and he was exactly like I was 9 years ago, I'd be like, this guy should quit comedy.
You should quit.
I would tell him, I'd be like, dude, you
mean.
should back off. This is not going to go well.
You would be so mean to your young
Oh,
self.
I would. Well, I'm mean to myself now, so what's the difference?
Look how far you've come, and I think it's great. Part of stand-up comedy, too, is you discuss topics that make people a little uncomfortable. That's really the goal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love walking a line. Like, nothing's off the board for me. I really enjoy talking about race and sexuality and politics and things that are, people are scared
Typically
to talk
off limits.
about. Yeah. But if it's funny, you do it in a nice way, and there's a joke behind it, and you don't have hate behind your heart, then I think you can joke about anything you want.
Well, there you go. And so maybe don't bring your kids, but just a reminder, he's filming his special Friday and Saturday. There are 4 opportunities at the Secret Group. There are limited tickets available, so get yours before they sell out.
Yeah, HoustonLife.tv is our website. Andrew Youngblood, thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for having me. Thank you.
Did great.
Hey,
Great job, buddy.
We did it.
We didn't say any bad words. We're going to take a break.